Hello, Sophia. Assalamu alaikum students, class 10 students. Hope you all will be fine and good. Okay, bete, we were doing chapter number 12 of your chapter of your book, Coordination and Control. And in previous lecture, we have discussed its MCQs and short questions. Okay, today we will discuss the long questions which are given in your exercise. Okay, and these are given on page number 54 and they were left in last lecture, so we will discuss these long questions now. Okay, so first is that explain what can happen if there is no coordination in the activities of organisms. Okay, so what will be happen if there is no coordination in the activities of organism? As we all of know, our body work with coordination. If there is no coordination, definitely many things will be disturbed all around us. Okay, so you can find its answer. You have to write it answer yourself, but you can take the start of this answer from your book, the first page of your chapter, page number 32, coordination and control. Okay, the first paragraph which is given in your book, you can start your answer from this paragraph. The tissues and organs in the bodies of multicellular organisms do not work independently of each other. They work together independently, for they work together performing their many tasks as the needs of the whole body. This means that these activities are coordinated. Coordination also enables the organism to respond to happiness in the world around it. This first paragraph is given in your book. You will start this long question from this paragraph, and then the second part of your question, if there is no coordination in the activities of organism, then you will write yourself. Okay, many examples we have discussed during the lecture. You will write like this: if there is no coordination in the activities of organism, so what will be happen? The function of the body can be disturbed, it can be unorganized. Okay, so you can give different examples. For example, if a person see his enemy in front of him, okay, what will we do? He would like to run away from that place, but at that time, if its legs do not coordinate with him, so can he run fast? No. Can he run fastly? No. He cannot run fastly. So what is the coordination? Which thing helping? He see his enemy with his eyes. So eyes working as a receptor. He see his enemy. He want to escape that place. But if his legs do not coordinate with him, he cannot run, he cannot escape that place. So it is a bad example of coordination. So there is, if there is no coordination, actually what should be happen at that time? If a person see his enemy, at that time his legs will coordinate with him and he can leave that place immediately. But if his legs do not coordinate with him, what will be happen? He cannot escape that place. Okay, so this is an example, because coordination definitely affect on the activities of the organism. Second example which you can discuss, that is, if a person saw hot object, if he touch that object unintentionally, and if he is and this is not possible for him to pull his hand. If a person touch the hot object and is not possible for him to pull his hair, so what will be happen? Definitely his hands will be burned. So the coordination of the body organs is most important. So it is another example. Another example you can say, if you are standing on a road and you are watching a, car is coming towards you, so what will be your reaction? Definitely you want to run away from that place, and at that time your legs will not coordinate with you. So what will be happen? Definitely you will be scared and there will be an accident with you. So this is very important. In this question they are asking कि if there is no coordination, so these example can verify that coordination among your body parts is very important, because they definitely affect the activities of the organism. I hope you understand the question. So the first part of the question explain what can happen. You will start your question from your chapter. It is first paragraph is given on page number 32. The tissues and organs still in the world around it, and after that you will explain these three examples which I have told you. You can give another example if you have another examples in your mind. You can also discuss. You can also discuss in the answer, and you have to write this part of the question with your own self. Okay, I hope you understand it. Question number 2, explain the location and function. Okay, in this question two things are required. In this question, location means where they are located, and the function and what is their function of these parts of brain. First is cerebrum. We will write where it is located, where it is situated, and what is its function. Cerebrum. Okay, then we will write the cerebrum. Pituitary gland. We all of know pituitary gland is also present in brain, forebrain. It is present in hypothalamus. Okay, then thalamus, hypothalamus, and medulla oblongata. So you will take a, I will not mention the page here, but you will take a now the page number. Brain is given in your book on page number 36. Okay, 36 it is given. So you will write the location of, for example, if I discuss with you thalamus, so thalamus lies just below cerebrum. Okay, and cerebrum, and its function is that to uh, receive and modify sensory impulses before they travel to cerebrum. Okay, so it is also involved in a pain perception and consciousness, sleep and awakening. Okay, so you will open your books, you will find there you have to explain only two things under these headings: their location, where they are located, and their function. So this is very simple, and these all things in given in your topic, the topic which is given in your book brain. It is started from page number 36. Okay, and till it is page number 38. So you can find these answers in your page number 36 till 38. Now question number 3. Define neuron and describe the structure of a general neuron. Its answer you can find on page number 35 and 36 in your book. 35 and 36. We also have discussed in a detail the structure of a neuron. Okay, that nerve cell or neuron is the unit of the nervous system. We have discussed okay, what is a neuron. Actually, neuron is the basic structural unit of a nervous system. As we have discussed in previous chapter, neuron and nephron, they both are resemble to each other, but nephron is the structure and functional unit of kidney, and here we are talking about neuron. So neuron is the structural and functional unit of nervous system. Okay, now you have to describe its structure and general neuron. So its structure is given on page number 35. We also have discussed in a detail in the lecture that it consists of two parts. First part is called cell body, and second part is called axons. Okay, and cell body further consists of dendrites and nucleus, and the axon further consists of myelin sheath, nodes of Renville, Schwann cells. Okay, so when they work with each other, and in their structure, interneurons and sensory neurons are present. So because of that, our message goes from one part of the body to the another part. Okay, now come to the next question. This is question number 4. Describe the structure of human eye. Describe the structure of human eye. You can find its answer on page number 42 and 44. 42 and 44. Okay, so if we start from structure of eye, which I have discussed its many parts. For example, first we have discussed it consists of two layers, three layers. outer layer, middle layer, inner layer. Then outer layer consists of cornea, okay, and middle layer consists of choroid. Middle layer is also called choroid. I have told you this is important for your MCQs. It has iris, pupil, okay, and it has also lens and suspensory ligaments. And the inner layer consists of rods and cones. Rods are sensitive for dim light and cones are sensitive for bright light. Then we have discussed there are special points behind the eye, which is called fovea. It is also, and there is a optic disc and there is a blind spot. And it also has aqueous humor and vitreous humor inside it. Okay, and we have discussed in detail. And then end of the structure, there is disorder of eye. There are two types of disorder of eye, myopia and hypermetropia. Myopia means short-sighted, the people who cannot see clearly for long distance, okay, and hypermetropia means the people who cannot see at short distance, okay. So its answer will be till page number 44. Come to next question. Question number 5. How would you describe the structure of the external, middle, and inner ear of man? Okay, external, middle, and inner ear. Okay, so this is given in your book. Structure of ear. This is given in your page number 44. Okay, so it is starting from page number 44. Hearing is as important as vision. Okay, then you can see external ear consists of pinna, pituitary canal, and eardrum. And middle ear consists of three important bones, which are called malleus, incus, and stapes. Has oval window, then Eustachian tube, and inner ear consists of vestibule, semicircular canals, and cochlea. And then on next page, it's given is hearing is given, the process of hearing, how this hearing work. Okay, and you can also explain how ears maintain the balance of the body. So this whole answer is started from page number 44 till page number 47. Okay, now come to question number 6. What are short sight and long sight problems, and how can these be treated? Okay, how are short sight and long sight problems, and how can these be treated? Okay, so actually this is answer of disorders of an eye. Okay, and its answer you can find on page number 44. If you open your book and see your book, page number 44. Okay, disorders of the eye. This is given page number 44. The working of eye is affected by the changes in the shape of eyeball, and then myopia and hypermetropia both are given, and its answer will be till the diagrams are given, myopia and hypermetropia. Okay, so this is a short answer, not a long answer. This question can be asked into short questions. Now question number 7. Explain the role of ear in the maintenance of balance. Okay, you can find its answer on page number 47. On page number 47, you can find the topic is given, ears maintain the balance of body. Okay, this is given on page number 47 in your book. Ears maintain the balance of body. So its answer is given, semicircular canals and vestibule help to maintain the balance of body. Semicircular canals contain sensory nerves which can detect any movement of head. Vestibule can detect any changes in the posture of body. The neurons coming from these two receptors reach cerebrum through the auditory nerve. Okay, so this question can be asked as a short question in the board exam. Okay, so this is given on page number 47. So you have to mark in your book. Now question number 8, relate the contribution of Ibn al-Haytham and Al-Ibn Isa with knowledge about the surface of eye and treatment of various ophthalmic diseases. Ophthalmic diseases. Relate the contribution of Ibn al-Haytham and Al-Ibn Isa. So you can find these answers in your book. on page number 44 and 45. You can find these answers. This question, answer of this question on page number 45, 44 and 45. So on page number 44, the topic is given contribution of Muslim scientists. Okay, and in which Al Ibn Isa and Ibn al-Haytham, they both are given. Al Ibn Isa, 1950 to 1012, was a famous Arab scientist. He wrote three books on ophthalmology, study of the diseases and surgery of eyes. He described 130 eye diseases. I had told you underlining. This is important for your MCQ. And prescribed 143 drugs to treat these diseases. Then there was Ibn al-Haytham. Ibn al-Haytham was he wrote a book of optics, has been ranked alongside a book of Isaac Newton. It is one of the most influential books ever written in the history of physics. Okay, and uh, 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 he discussed the topics of medicine and eye surgery in his book. He made several important improvements to eye surgery and accurately described the process of sight, the structure of eye, image formation in eye, and visual system. Ibn al-Haytham also described the principles of pinhole camera. Okay, so this is given in your book till page number 44 and 45. Then come to question number 9. Outline the major glands of the endocrine system. Okay, we have discussed these glands in under the topic of endocrine system: pituitary gland, thyroid gland, pancreas gland, adrenal gland, gonads, with name of their hormones and their functions. So keep in your mind, in this question they are just asking about which hormones these glands produce and what is the function of relevant hormone. Okay, so you can find its answer on page number 48. Okay, you have to not explain the whole pituitary gland. Okay, for example, I will explain you with the help of an example of pituitary gland. For example, you are explaining pituitary, so you have to explain only two things: which hormones are produced by pituitary gland and what is the function of these hormones. Okay, so first is pituitary gland. If you see in page number 48, so pituitary gland consists of two lobes, interior lobe and posterior lobe. Okay, so in interior lobe, important hormone which is produced, that is called somatotrophin, which is also called growth hormone. So if it is produced if it is produced in a large amount, so because of that a person can become gigantism, and if it is produced in less amount, a person can go towards dwarfism. Okay, and if this hormone is produced after the growth of a person, then a person can caught by a disease which is called acromegaly. Okay, and there is another hormone is produced by pituitary gland which is called thyroid stimulating hormone. In short term, we call it TSH. Its important function is that its important function is that to influence the reproductive organs and also control adrenal glands. Okay, so just you have to tell the hormone which is produced. Okay, these hormones were produced in anterior lobe. Now we will discuss the posterior lobe. In the posterior lobe of pituitary gland, two important hormones are produced which are called oxytocin and vasopressin. Okay, so what is the function of oxytocin? It stimulates the contraction of uterus walls in mothers for childbirth. Okay, and this hormone is also necessary for the ejection of milk from breast. And second one is vasopressin. Is increase the rate of reabsorption of water from nephron, and when it is produced in a low amount of water in body fluids, pituitary gland secrete vasopressin, so more reabsorption of water occurs from nephron into blood. So you have to just write the name of the hormone and the function of that hormone. So like that, in thyroid glands, thyroxine hormone is produced. Okay, and their function is, and calcitonin hormone is produced. If we talk about pancreas, in pancreas two important hormones are produced, insulin and glucagon. In adrenal glands also hormone is produced, which is called epinephrine or adrenaline. Okay, so this hormone is very important and perform very important function in the endocrine system. And the last one is that gonads. Okay, gonads, these are related to sex organs. Okay, so among them, in male, testosterone hormone is produced, and in females, estrogen and progesterone hormones are produced, and they perform their specific duty. So when you have to adopt these, when you have to attempt this question, you have to just write the names of the hormone which are producing under under this topic, and the function of these hormones. Okay, now come to next question. Question number 10. Describe negative feedback with reference to insulin and glucagon. Its answer is given on page number 51. You have to explain just negative feedback. Okay, in this page positive feedback is also given in second paragraph, but you have to attempt only first paragraph. It is started in your book, page number 51. In negative feedback, the output of a process decreases or inhibits the process, okay, until it is ended. In the other words, the blood glucose concentration controls the process, that is the secretion of insulin and glucagon. Okay, so this answer is given in your book, or if you keep in your mind, we have discussed negative feedback and positive feedback. For example, in this under this heading, we have discussed the example of glucagon and insulin. When we have discussed endocrine system, in which we have discussed about the pancreas, and in pancreas we have discussed that two important hormones are produced in the pancreas. One is called insulin, another is called glucagon. Okay, so the function of insulin is there. Okay, if there is a large amount of sugar is produced in the blood, so it inhibit that extra amount of sugar from our body. So at that time insulin work, and when if there is less amount of sugar is produced in our body, so at that time glucagon hormone began to work, and it produce more sugar in our blood to maintain the balance of sugar inside our body. So this is called negative feedback, because in pancreas insulin and glucagon both work opposite to each other. I hope you understand it. So that's why it is called a negative feedback. And when we have discussed about the positive feedback, in which we have discussed about the action of a infant baby, infant, when it sucks milk from mother's breast, so because of that more milk is produced in the breast. Okay, so that is called a positive feedback. And insulin and glucagon example shows the negative feedback. Okay, I hope you understand this question, and you also have marked in your book. Now come to next question about 11. Explain how adrenaline may be involved in exercise and emergency condition. When we were discussing endocrine system, we also have discussed that there are some hormones inside our body which are produced in our emergency situation. First of all, what is an emergency situation? Emergency situation is that situation in which a person become panic. Okay, his bulbs began to are hanged, and his heartbeat can be increased, his blood pressure level can be increased, and many other things are produced. Okay, and sweating can be started. So Allah create automatic system inside our body, so that is endocrine system, special gland. So when we are doing hard exercise, and when we are facing emergency condition, at that time some special hormones are produced inside our body which began to secrete and control that situation, and these are adrenaline or and epinephrine. uh, it has two names, adrenaline or epinephrine hormones, which are produced above our, they are present above our kidney. So at the situation they began to secrete and after a few minutes a person become normal. So its answer you can find on page number 49. Okay, the topic is given adrenal glands. Okay, so you can see on page number 49 two adrenal glands are situated above kidneys. Each adrenal gland consists of two parts. The outer part is cortex and the inner part is medulla. We also these things discuss in the structure of kidney in page chapter number 12. So at that time, adrenal medulla secretes a hormone called epinephrine or adrenaline in response to stress. When a person is in a stress means if it is doing a hard exercise. So it perhaps our body to overcome emergency situation. It also help in emergency situation. Therefore, adrenaline is also termed as emergency hormone. Okay, and you can also see its answer which is given in a box. When a person experiences fear, anger or anxiety, the rate and intensity of heartbeat increases, blood pressure increases, blood flow to the limbs increases, blood flow to the alimentary canal and skin is reduced. So such changes prepare the body to face any emergency situation. I hope you understand these all things, and its answer you can find on page number 49, adrenal glands, first paragraph and along with the box information. Now this is our last question, chapter number 12, and list the important symptoms and treatment of paralysis and epilepsy. Okay, you can find its answer on page number 52. Page number 52. I have told you we have discussed this topic, disorders of nervous system, in our book. Okay, disorders I have told you, this means not and order means function. So the parts which not function, the process or the part which is not functioning properly inside the body, that is called disorders. So disorders of we have discussed the disorders of nervous system. Okay, and we also discussed that disorders of nervous system consist of two parts. First is called vascular disorder, and second is called functional disorder. In vascular disorder, we discuss the example of paralysis. Okay, which is called in Urdu, it is called falaj, and epilepsy. And in functional disorder, we have discussed the epilepsy. Epilepsy, it is called in Urdu mirgi. Okay, so paralysis and mirgi. Paralysis comes the example of vascular disorder, and epilepsy comes in an example of functional disorder. Okay, so under these topics, you have to just write important symptoms and treatment. Okay, so if we take an example of paralysis, okay, so what are its main symptoms? Its main symptoms are okay, its main symptoms are it can damage due to stroke, okay, rupture in blood vessel of brain or spinal cord, blood clotting in these blood vessels, or poison produced by polio virus. Okay, so how can we treat it? A patient may have weak paralysis throughout his her body, or have paralysis in one side of the body, and it may also be paralysis in the lower extremities or in all four legs. And there is no treatment of paralysis. The condition of the person can be controlled with the help of different medicines, but that there is not cure of paralysis. A person can overcome this condition by doing different exercises. And there is another, it's an example of functional disorder, epilepsy. So its symptoms are recurring seizures, recurring attacks. Patients of epilepsy take medicines daily for the treatment. Okay, so its treatment is that the patient should be take medicines daily. Okay, and its actual treatment is not discovered till now, and patient can be take medicines consistently to control his situation. So you have to write only symptoms and treatment. Just two things you have to explain under the heading of paralysis and epilepsy. Okay, now your lecture has been ended. I hope you understand the whole chapter of chapter number 12, coordination and control. I have shared exercise short question answers and chapters and the short questions which are given in your chapter. I have shared with you after previous lecture, and please you have to do all these things in your register and you have to learn. Inshallah, in our next lecture we will start chapter number 13, which is sport and movement. So if you have any question you can ask.